get to that anyway. So, United Nations, United States, they want Hezbollah to disarm, and they want Lebanon's corrupt government to help disarm them. Now, Lebanon's government used to support Hezbollah, and everybody in Hezbollah, like the civilians in Hezbollah, they all support, or the civilians in Lebanon, they all support Hezbollah because if Hezbollah wasn't in Lebanon, then half of Lebanon would be Israel. Israel started the war in 1978 on March 5th, and then they escalated it again March 9th, and then the Coastal Road Massacre happened in March 11th, which killed about four. This was the PLO in Lebanon, and basically throughout the next 4 years, the PLO didn't do a great job of the PLO and the Lebanese military didn't do a great job of keeping um, Israel out of Lebanon, and then Hezbollah was formed in 1982, and then Hezbollah, they went back and forth for a long time. They pushed them out, then Israel came back in, and then there was a war, and Israel was forced to withdraw in 2006 from South Lebanon because Hezbollah won the war against them. So they're very strong. They're not as strong as they were then, unfortunately. Don't come at me, but yeah, no. But they're still very strong. And if there was a civil war between Hezbollah and Lebanon, Hezbollah would wipe them out. But the Lebanese government, they used to support them. They had a president, Emil Lahoud. He was a big supporter of Lebanon. He actually helped them. This is back when their military was on their side. Now, the government, keep in mind, the people in Lebanon, they don't vote for the president or the prime minister. They vote for 128 parliamentary members, and those members vote for the president, and then they decide the prime minister. The president has to be Christian, and then the prime minister has to be a Sunni Muslim. It's a weird government dynamic. But yeah, no, the people don't directly vote for the president, and they don't like the president. They don't like the prime minister. And there's a lot of protests there because they don't want Hezbollah to disarm because they don't want to be taken over by Israel. So it is a pretty big situation because if there actually is a civil war, it wouldn't really be a civil war. It would basically just be another war between Hezbollah and Israel. And a war between Hezbollah and Israel is a war between Iran and the United States of America, if that makes sense.
Because
So
yeah,
yeah. So that's how a civil war in Lebanon is basically United States and Iran. That's not even
that
a
actually
much
was
of a
a
stretch.
very that was perfect. No, that was perfectly said at the end there, like
So
tying that all together.
that's why
Can
this
you
is a
hold on?
bigger
Just can
deal
you
than it's
delve?
being.
Can you delve now? Because I was honestly before we even did this wasn't fully in understanding of how Lebanon all tied into this. But like now delve into exactly just for our audience to understand the what is the tie like how that is now a declaration of war basically between Iran and the United States. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
delve
Yeah,
into that part.
yeah.
Like how
And
does that make it a that happen? Like what?
so basically, Lebanon didn't even have a president last year. I can't even. It's a weird situation. They had a prime minister who resigned in 2014, and then he resigned again. I believe he resigned 3 times in the last 12 years, but it could have been twice. But he's resigned multiple times. Really shady. Um, he also this guy Makuka Makuku. Um, want to get
Shadindu? Fucking.
yeah, Najib Makati. Mikati. This guy's on the Forbes magazine, right? And he's involved in United States businesses. That's right. Yeah. So he he's worth billions of dollars, right? This is the former Lebanese prime minister. It's some shady shit. Like their government's pretty corrupt.
Okay.
Um
Is this corruption through
and
through through government funding, or is this corruption through backdoor shady deals with other governments through oil? Good stuff like that. Like which one?
probably both. Again, this is not. I mean, they don't have a lot of like it's not like this is all public information. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Absolutely. I mean,
Of where their money comes
um,
from. So most likely, again, it's a CIA operative operation. They're always funding
I don't.
the
It's
adversary.
a possibility, but he's definitely involved. I mean, he's involved in overseas businesses in America. I mean, businesses that are in America, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's involved in businesses all over the place, right? So he's not the prime minister anymore, but I mean, this guy resigned went back into power, got voted back in, resigned again, and I believe um the 2 or 3 times.
I'm very like I will like I'm very uninformed on this topic, but like you seem to know a lot about this, so I'm gonna let you just you know what I mean.
Yeah, he resigned in 2013. Yeah, so okay, he resigned twice, but still, that's really weird. Um, and now the new government is seems to be corrupt as well. Basically, a lot of the Hezbollah and a lot of the protests, they're saying that their government is being corrupted by Israel, and basically they're saying that Hezbollah disarming is, I mean, that's a Israel first policy, which I mean it really is, because Hezbollah, the only reason half of Lebanon isn't Israel literally is because of Hezbollah, but or Lebanon. But
Everyone must
yeah,
bend the knee. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean Hezbollah is an Iranian proxy. They're a proxy of the IRGC. So are the Houthis in Yemen. So are Hamas. So is Hamas. Hamas to a lesser extent. They don't get the same amount of funds, nor should they. They're not as efficient, and they're not as it's funny to use the term efficient, but I mean no, that is. I mean they're not. Um, but yeah. So that, but they Iran funds a lot of their military weapons to Hezbollah and the Houthis. So yeah, and the IRGC is, again, they're weaker than they were 10, 20 years ago, but still very, I mean, Iran is still a very strong military. They still have a lot of I mean, they're not running, I mean, they're not running the country very well, but their military is still very strong. Like, I mean, we've heard stuff about them having a drought. And Netanyahu goes up and he's saying like, if the people of Iran will revolt against the Islamic terrorist IRGC, we will give you guys water.
Fresh water. We have the best. We suffer from a water drought ourselves. And we could show you how to filter your water, guys. So just topple a government. Just
No, look at oh my God, dude, it's crazy. I mean, people are always like talking about like an uprising in Iran, and it's entirely possible, maybe in 10 years or so. But people don't understand that the Islamic Republic of Iran, their current government, is an uprising against the Shah of Iran, which is a Western installed dictator back in 1953 when the United States of America overthrew their democracy. So, I mean, you have to understand, like, the reason why people in Iran hate us is because dating back 80 years ago or 75 years ago, we got rid of their democracy. And
yeah,
that's the only reason they have
we
a
instituted a
dictatorship.
regime change then, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, that was Eisenhower, who did a lot. Eisenhower did a lot of regime changes. I mean, he was not his foreign policies were they were pretty extreme. That's why I'm not a huge fan of them. But yeah, yeah, no, we overthrew Mohammed Mossadegh, um, and yeah, so I mean that's the only. I mean, the IRGC, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is an unintended consequence of United States regime change. Absolutely, because without the Shah of Iran, you don't have the uprising, which became the Islamic Republic of Iran. So, and then they fund Hezbollah, they fund the Houthis, they fund Hamas. So this all stems down from a United States regime change dating back 70 years ago,
It's like as if we
which
should
is
just stop
crazy.
fucking with
But
people's shit and leave them alone. And
no,
maybe they won't all
exactly.
hate
I mean,
us. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
who
I
is this
mean, no,
benefiting
they hate it.
again?
Oh, Israel.
Oh,
Well, I no, oh no, the creation of the IRGC absolutely is not benefiting Israel, and it's quite the opposite. But I mean, it's benefiting you know, themselves and certain groups of people in the Middle
when
East,
you
like
say the
the Farsi.
IRGC, hold on, say like that's the Islamic Republic of what's the full term
Iran.
there? The Iran as it is now, right? That's the
Islamic,
IRGC when you say that? Is that what
yeah,
you're
I don't
talking
know what
about?
IRGC stands for. The
Because
Islamic Revolutionary Guard
okay,
Corps. So it's the Iranian military branch.
because if I was a person that wanted to take over the entire Middle East, and I needed a reason to do it and to look morally superior, like my moral standpoint is better than yours, you're a bad person. I think this is textbook perfection. You know, you institute a regime change from 75 years ago. Now you have your new installed enemy. You institute Look at Egypt, look at all of these other countries. Look at they funded Hamas, right? Like they are creating the enemies. Like they so that way then once they can pit them against them to then overtake the entire government so it's actually theirs. And then they can become the what would you refer to that? That is when you have full control and dominance over an entire region with resources.
Greater Israel.
And then and I'm just putting just so the audience knows, I'm not very informed on this. Like I'm a very I'm very short-sighted with a lot of this stuff. You know, I have some pretty common beliefs, but I just noticed very similar patterns in all of it, right? It's number one, it's never what they say it is. It's usually a CIA op almost every single time. And it's never benefiting America. And in this case, and it's always to establish them as like the morally superior, and there's always more lines to be drawn. And it's like in this case again, and then who else is benefiting? 'Cause it's not just Israel. Israel, by extension, is
Well, NATO, what I
benefiting
was saying.
from the
Like,
military-industrial complex. You know, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Chaz? Like on the military-industrial complex? Where do you Do you see any?
I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I haven't really thought about that
Well, that's I mean
military industrial complex. I
that's
mean,
why they love war. That's how you make a lot of money that way. Lockheed
that's a
Martin
reason.
and
I mean, that's a reason for it. That's part of I've never been a believer in thinking that that's like one of the main reasons, but I think it plays a factor for sure.
yeah.
Maybe some wars more than others. I think Vietnam
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
Or tip, but like, a lot of the other wars, I don't think that. But Vietnam, I think I mean,
Well,
we
it's
made a
pretty
lot of
weird. It's like
money.
they killed JFK and then Vietnam happens. It's
But
like
they killed JFK, and a lot of things happened. So
you know what? It's just weird. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna keep playing this video now. Let's see, because there's more. We're barely halfway through this.
كان على الحكومة
their flags are sick. I love that flag. I tried to draw it.
It's glitchy, but we kind of see it.
Switching out.
Yeah, you're a
Need to get
little pixelated.
some more.
Show it again. Try it again. Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
It's hard to draw. They have a sick flag though.
I like the red, white, and blue and the stars when they
Dude,
actually.
so I was doing trivia. I was doing family trivia, and the question was which flag doesn't have red, white, or blue in it. And immediately I go, oh, Hezbollah, and they kind of all just looked at each other, and the answer is Jamaica. And I was like, I mean, yeah, because Hezbollah's not a country. And they're like, oh, it's actually Jamaica. I was like,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's like when they asked me what was the. Yeah, it's like spelling bees. I suck at those fucking things. I always confuse everything with that. I get what you mean. All right.
كان على الحكومة أن تعمل على حصرية السلاح بمنع الإسرائيلي أن يكون متواجدا أو أن يكون سلاحه متواجدا على الأرض. لكن هذه الحكومة تنفذ الأمر الأمريكي الإسرائيلي بإنهاء المقاومة، ولو أدى ذلك إلى حرب أهلية وفتنة داخلية. تتحمل الحكومة
That's
اللبنانية.
Can we
Fire.
just admire the buffness of that one fucking quote unquote terrorist? Look at the size of this guy. Look at that fucking jump.
تتحمل الحكومة
That
اللبنانية.
is crazy. And then we have gays in the military in our country. Or women. We have trans people in the military. Forget the gays. We have fucking trans people in the
Yeah.
military. For fuck's sake.
Well, I mean, that's
what
the
the
one thing
fuck?
that Trump did do. I mean, if you like breadcrumbs wise, was remove all trannies from our military.
We should be removing them all from the Actually, no. They should. Like, I do think that transgender people should get free healthcare. I don't think people should have to pay to be in a mental facility. But like,